Hello, in this video I will be identifying the key functions and features of Quizlet, making connections to the key learning and design principles, and finally briefly demonstrating how to use Quizlet. Quizlet is an e-learning management tool that allows teachers and students to learn and review basic content knowledge through quiz formats, flashcards, study modes, and also game modes and tests. This educational e-tool works for any subject and multiple learning styles. Teachers essentially design their own curriculum and they can be easily shared to the global e-learning communities. Some of the key functions includes engagement, assessment, collaboration, usability, feedback, and interactivity, which I will discuss a little later in this presentation. So some of the key features of Quizlet include flashcards for you to review study materials both with audio, visual, and text, which provides a highly engaging experience in its different modalities. You can also test vocabulary and spelling. You can assess and track your work by seeing your answers and having the ability to retest information. Quizlet allows for test mode, which generates questions based on your flashcard set. They also provide feedback as well. Quizlet includes a game mode like Scatter and Gravity, which provide interactivity for users to play against their friends to get the highest score. Quizlet is intuitive and easy to use right off the bat and can easily be shared among your students and colleagues, which I will get to shortly. But lastly, Quizlet Live is a new feature which provides a more collaborative design where students can compete in teams to answer questions from a database of study questions. Some of the design principles include practice principle. One of Quizlet's features involves time practice using quizzes and flashcards that follow Mayer and Clark's principle. Pre-training principle, Quizlet allows for users to understand the concepts of a complex subject before testing. Segmenting principle. Quizlet designers understand that to limit cognitive load, study sets should be broken up into digestible chunks of information. Multimedia principle. Instructional designers are able to add audio and visual elements to their study set, which follows the multimedia principle. And lastly, learner. Learner has a complete control over the lesson and can decide on what subject they would like to learn first, when, and where. Learning theories. In the social learning theory, a new segment called Quizlet Live offers students a chance to collaborate and compete in groups to answer questions from study sets. This allows students to learn from each other through observation, imitation, and modeling by way of social learning theory by Bandura. ARC's model of motivation. Quizlet features relevant and specific examples like Gravity and Scatter, which are game modules to keep learners motivated to learn. And lastly, connectivism. Students and teachers can connect and create learning opportunities over the World Wide Web by sharing information through peer networks. Okay, but how do I use it? In this video demonstration, I will show you how to use Quizlet. Hello, and welcome to this mini tutorial on how to create a study set. Here I've created a basic study set, which is basic French. You can add or remove terms here by creating your sets. On the Learn section here, you can go through each study set that you've created. You can also play audio as well. On the Speller section, this is where you can learn better vocabulary. You can also replay audio as well. Under the Test section, you're able to go through different question types to match your learning, either written, matching, multiple choice, true or false, and you can start with any language, and there's no limits of questions. Let's quickly go through them if we can. And you can check your answers quickly. And you can also get your assessment feedback on the right-hand side. Under the Scatter and Gravity, you're able to play games and play against other teammates and see how your score pairs against theirs. And it's also timed as well. So it's very easy to play. Under the gravity section, there's also another game that's interactive that you can play as well. If you go back to your basic French, you can see the progress you've been through just far. This is some assessment feedback that they're giving you, and it tells you how many times you've missed it or not. If there were teammates here, you would be able to see how your scores matched against theirs, and also your info as a person who created the set. On the right hand side here, you can edit, add this study set to a class. You can also add this folder and share this among different platforms, including Facebook, Twitter, and Google Classroom. You can also send via email, and there's a short URL created for your study set. Under the More section, you can copy, embed this study set into a website, combine this among another lesson plan, or you can export this as well, and obviously delete. So this was a little tutorial on how to use Quizlet.